Gas prices are plummeting. They are plummeting. Plummeting. Ah!
Illuminati is a thing you need to watch out for. They want to depopulate and slave us so much more. World domination, I'll get into that later. I'm hardcore, fierce and sexy. You're just a hater. You deserve the ridicule because you're an absolute zero. I'm the keeper of the chalice, a rock and roll hero. I'm not an idiot nobody listens to, because I'm not a failure in life like you. Let's talk about Bill Gates and the mark of the beast and the orgies in the streets at the Catholic feasts and Bill and Hillary's human trafficking ring. And George Soros got the money to pay for everything. Socialism is for losers, working for the devil. Chumps that can't fight, they ain't on my level. It takes an evil one to try to debunk and doubt it, so I'd rather die than stop talking about it. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch out for the Illuminati. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch out for the Illuminati. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch out for the Illuminati. Watch out for the Illuminati.
I'm MC Too Tall. You're watching the MC Too Tall show, and gas prices are plummeting. Some of y'all don't like it, the way that I now spit like MC Too Tall's on a holier than thou kick. Smack your face for your blasphemous ways, and everybody be quoting me like the latest catchphrase, huh? I'm on a mission that goes beyond material, so eat this killer series, serial killer cereal. Killer for real, I drop it with a peel, with a sound you can feel like cold hard steel. That's warm like the blood that flows out of your head as I rock non-stop till I'm on my deathbed. And I can swap out a catalytic converter with a few hand tools, but I can never be murdered. Spit the rapid fire like around the shells. I got the lyrical skills that sends a devil to hell. So don't disrespect what you can't understand, cause I can still squash your brain in the palm of my hand, stupid. Alright, as I said, it's the MC Too Tall show, and gas prices are plummeting. They're being squashed like a brain in the palm of my hand, as one of my famous, world famous songs go. But even if they're not, I'm saying they are to piss off the woke Reich and a whole bunch of lefties in the process, hopefully. Yeah, prices are going down significantly. Plummeting, that's subjective, but I'm going to say they're plummeting just to piss people off, as I said, because that's what I do. I get on here to piss people off. And hopefully some people join in on the fun and get what I'm doing. Some people don't, and those are the people whose minds I fuck with. Because of the opening of the strait, because of the peace talks, okay? Because of the willingness to do these peace talks, because Iran is not winning the war, and it's not even a war, it's a military operation, and it's the Iranians caving in to the military might of these United States. There will be peace talks. And Iran agreed to the peace talks, and the strait will be opening up, and the strait is open up now as we speak. And gas prices are coming down. Some would say plummeting, some would say not, but regardless, they're doing a significant drop. They're dropping like some of you haters' girlfriends' drawers in my presence. Ho 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 ho. But anyway, people who have lost faith in Donald Trump now have a huge dish of crow to eat. They have their own hats to eat. Hopefully you didn't get a sparkly new Knicks hat, which, by the way, this is not New Era. What brand is this? I don't even know. It's probably made in China, but it's a bright, newish hat. that I hardly wore until it got near playoff season. And I bought it at a discount store called Telco because at my age, as my father would say, what do I give a fuck about style? So, even though I don't give a fuck about style, I got style, pizzazz, class, and all that jazz. And I rock this Knicks hat rather nicely as the gas prices plummet. Or, if you want to put it modestly, while the gas prices come down rather significantly, and I've seen gas prices drop below $4 a gallon. Now you figure that's for super. Some people are complaining about it being $5 per gallon. Well, that's because you live out in California, where you have to choose between a communist mayor or a communist mayor. Just like the good old Soviet Union, where the Kremlin picks out two characters that are virtually one and the same. They eliminate one by either poisoning him or throwing him in the gulags, forcing you to vote for whoever's left. And yeah, that, you get something similar to that in California without the poison and the gulags. But you get the idea. So naturally, while you're out there, these liberal executives and legislators jack up them gas prices, and you're screwed. West Coast is actually even worse than the East Coast when it comes to this total liberalism and the worship of green energy that is not to be for a long, long time. But that's okay because the planet's not in an emergency news dive as the climate change alarmists claim it is. Bill Gates is starting to say climate change is no longer a major threat. It's kind of like when your doctor tells you you only got 2 weeks to live, and then you say that you can't pay them, and they say, well, I'll give you 2 more weeks. Something like that. And that's how the Democrats are. Bunch of clowns, jokers, and scam artists. They participate in the fraud by enabling it and willfully enabling it and then covering it up, and as Tim Waltz did, threaten to nakedly pound the whistleblowers. And nobody, and I mean nobody, wants to see Tim Waltz with his clothes off. Not even his batshit crazy wife. But even in New York, where we got a huckster of a governor, the gas prices are dropping. Not to mention federal tax being taken off of the gas to ease the pain caused by the fanatical Islamists of Iran and the evil left here at home. And so gas prices go down because of Donald Trump and the entire MAGA movement. People want to deny it, but it's still happening. You could say it's not happening, but it's still happening. And it is what it is, man. It is what it is, as they say. As one of my union reps once said, it is what it is. And so we are going to be experiencing even lower and lower gas prices. I don't think they'll be down to the same level as they were prior to the Biden administration, unlawfully and very savagely and unwelcomingly taking over. But you will see them lower than the highest points of the Biden administration. I mean, they already are lower than the highest points of the Biden administration and have not exceeded the highest points of the Biden administration. But you're going to see them get pretty close to Trump 45 numbers. Nothing goes all the way down to its old price completely. That's because inflation does exist, but we are going to see wages go up. You're going to see merit-based raises being more increased. The rates of these raises be higher, and that will keep up with the cost of living, which will also come down overall, because when you control the fuel prices, that's your shipment of everything else, and thus the prices of everything else will come down, except in blue cities run by the evil left, where they just tax the living hell out of you, and you don't really feel the difference. So if you're in a blue city, don't be mad at the Republicans. Be mad at the people you have elected. And if you keep electing Republicans and still see Democrats getting elected and reelected and replaced by more Democrats and Republicans losing to Democrats and having to give up their seats to Democrats, then it's probably time to move. I mean, I was all for Curtis Lewa's slogan, improve, don't move, but if they rig everything, then you have to go where it's not rigged. And you have to be mindful not to let leftists in whatever rural red town or sundown town you move to. I mean, there's some strategy there. You could go someplace where it's purple, but ultimately you would have to do like Florida did and turn things from reddish purple to red, or bluish purple in some cases to red. And right now Virginia looks kind of bluish purple. I wouldn't recommend Virginia. I think we may lose Virginia, but Florida is still a good strong red. Texas is a good strong red. I don't think Tallarico is going to be the next senator. I think Paxton will win because the people of Texas loved him as an attorney general, and I believe he'll do a fine job platooning there with Ted Cruz as senator. You might want to consider who to look forward to when Greg Abbott decides to step down as governor, though, because I've seen that office swing back and forth from Republican, Democrat, back to Republican a few times. But that's Texas. Here in New York, we do have a fighting chance still. That's why I'm not ready to move just yet. I mean, these are future plans. If we get another Democrat mayor after Mamdani, I don't care how moderate he is. If we get another Democrat mayor without a Republican governor, we're kind of sort of screwed. That's why it's important, if you're in New York, to elect Bruce Blakeman. He's doing a fine job as county executive there in Nassau County. But why not elect him so he could expand what he's done over there statewide, because he's doing a better job as Nassau County executive than Huckster Hochul has done as governor of New York, or Andrew Cuomo has done as governor of New York, or David Paterson has done as governor of New York. And Spitzer's just sabotaged himself. I mean, if he didn't have a sex scandal, I probably could have tolerated him. Hey, I voted for him. I was hoping he wouldn't screw up like that, but he did. And he joined the ranks of all these other people that went down in sex scandal. Gary Hart, Jim McGreevey, later on joined by people like Andrew Cuomo, Al Franken, the former mayor of Gettysburg, Pennsylvania there, I forget his name. Who's that congressman that was trying to run for governor? I forgot his name already, but him, So you're gonna want Bruce Blakeman as your governor from now on, or at least for the next 8 to 12 years, at least for the next 8 to 12 years. Also, locally, you're going to want to re-elect Nicole Maliotakis. You're going to want to elect for District 17, Steve Chan. And for State Assembly, District 47, definitely elect John Riccatone. You're definitely going to want to do these things because these people are of the party of morality. And thus I say, respect God, watch out for the Illuminati, like, follow, share, comment, subscribe, stay strong, keep kicking that slang. It's your boy in the building, supreme ruler of hip-hop culture, hip-hop legend, recording engineer, underground rock and roll hero, MC Too Tall. Yaha, plummet.